Everybody doing this morning? Oh, hold on. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's feeling well. And I hope everybody is having a great and decent day. I would like to talk about a few things that I'm seeing that are getting kind of tiresome. And I'm just getting tired of hearing it. It's like beating a dead horse over and over and over again. Yada, 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 flame, 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 blah, blah, blah. You know, here's what it is. Okay. If Dave 25 has all these charges on him and all this garbage on him, then why is he not sitting in a jail cell like Steve Cody? You know what? Why is he not sitting in a jail cell? If it's that bad and that gross and disgusting, then why isn't he sitting free in a jail cell? Steve Coach did the same damn stuff, and he got busted for it. He got in jail for it. How come David is sitting in a jail cell right now? Why is he running around freely on the internet, doing what he's doing? It really doesn't make sense. If he does have all these charges on him, then why isn't he in jail? I don't get it. I really don't. And people have been going, saying he's going to go to jail, he's going to go to jail, he's going to go to jail. They've been saying this for months. Well, when's it actually going to happen? When actually got to go to jail? I mean, if he's such a bad criminal, then why is he behind bars? Steve was. Steve was put behind bars. And I know everybody's saying, well, it's a process. Yeah, but does it take over a year to throw somebody in jail? Takes over a year. Usually, when people act that way, usually it takes them a matter of just weeks instead of years. You know what I mean? So, my theory on that is this, too. If he's going to go to jail, put his ass in jail already. If he's going to be set free, if that is going to happen, then shut up about it. Stop trying to beat a dead horse saying he's going to go to jail, he's going to go to jail, he's going to go to jail, when nothing has been done yet. There's nothing that has been, happening yet. He's still out free, he's still out doing what he's doing. Obviously, he's not going. I mean, people are saying, oh, he's got a court date, he's going to jail, and this and that. But yet, there's no action behind the words yet. That's what I don't get. It's like, if there's all these people saying that he's going to jail, he's going to jail, he's going to jail, well, my question is, when? When is he going to jail? Is he going to jail? Those are the questions that, I'd like to have answered because, everybody's saying that he's going to jail. Well, they've been saying that, people have been saying that for literally months on end. And here he is still doing what he's doing. So where's the sentence? Where's the, where's the jail time? Where's the, public lashing that he's supposed to get? Where is all that? Steve got his. He got his real quick. How come, Dave? What's so special about Dave? How come his is taking so long? Steve's didn't. He didn't take long at all. That's what and they're both, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're both from the same spot, aren't they? So shouldn't it be like killing two birds with one stone? Well, if one gets arrested, well, the other one could get arrested too. I just don't understand the justice system here. It's like, okay, Steve does all this nasty shit. He gets punished right away. But Dave does the same stuff, but yet he's not sitting in a jail cell yet. He's still online doing what he's doing. So obviously there's something, I don't know, something not right or something. I mean, I don't know. Once again, I don't live where he lives. I don't know the justice system. I don't know nothing. But I'm just saying, if people are saying that he's going to jail, well, put him in there already then. What's up, sis? How you doing? Good to see you, my sissy poos. But it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't, dude. It's like, dude, if you're gonna put him in jail, just put him in there or stop talking about it. God damn. I mean, everybody's saying, oh, he's going to jail. I mean, doesn't it get a bit repetitive talking about the same damn thing over and over and over and over and over again? It's a bit ridiculous. Yeah. Everywhere I go, everything that I listen to, Dave's going to jail. Dave's going to jail. Well, my question is he really going to jail? Or is this just, a something else? Because think about it, though. Think about this logically. And I'm serious. I want you all to think about this. Like I said, Steve did the same damn shit. And now he's serving his time. Well, why isn't Dave in there too? Didn't he do the same stuff? Didn't he have the same crap happen? Then why ain't he in there? They both live in the same area, obviously. I think they do. I mean, I don't know. But, and here's another thing, Dave, dude. You saying Hulk Hogan is dead and all this kind of stuff. Didn't you used to like wrestling? Didn't you used to like talking about it? Didn't you used to like Hulk Hogan? I mean, you did interview me one time about Hulk Hogan, remember? You interviewed me about all the old style wrestlers. But yet you want to disrespect his memory by saying what you said, like Hulk Hogan's dead and people are just making money off of my show. You're acting as if it's no big deal when it is. Hulk Hogan was a legend, man. And you're going to disrespect him by saying that? Really, dude? that's not a good look for you, man. It really isn't. Like I said, you used to like wrestling. In fact, you've been to a wrestling match, did you not go? Well, then why disrespect famous wrestlers? You know, why go to these events if you just don't give a fuck about them? If you don't give a fuck about about any wrestlers, then why bother going? Why bother doing it? You know, because you used to talk about wrestling all the time. You used to talk about WWE all the time and all these kind of things. You were actually interesting, Dave. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you just pissed yourself away over senseless, stupid drama. You you put yourself at risk. You put your family at risk. I mean, you got to think to yourself, dude, is it really worth it? Is it really worth putting yourself and putting your family through all this, dude? Seriously, what are you trying to prove? What are you trying to accomplish? Think about it, Dave. You're risking your family, dude, over YouTube. It's silly and stupid, dude. And, you make me feel sorry for you because you're young. You're a young kid. You're not an adult. You're a child. You're just a child. Because you don't know how to pay a bill. You don't know how to obviously wash your own clothes and do your own laundry, clean your own house, maintain your own home and everything like that because you don't do it. Ain't that the reason why 721 left you? He left you because you preferred YouTube over her. I mean, she even gave you the ultimatum. She said, hey Dave, I love you, but it's going to have to come down to this. It's either me or YouTube. And you chose YouTube. And you chose YouTube over the woman that you loved. And you're kicking yourself in the ass because of it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, sis. You see, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about, guys. This is really what I'm talking about. Is that Dave is so consumed about YouTube that he's willing to basically risk himself, risk his family, and risk his whole entire livelihood over stupid, pointless YouTube drama. I mean, yeah, it is true. It is true. Drama does sell. I agree with that. But here's what it is. Here's what it is. Drama does sell. But at what price? At what price does it sell for? What? Running the risk of your family being screwed with, running the risk of you being screwed with, running the risk of your whole entire livelihood being in jeopardy. I mean, is it really worth it? I mean, to me, drama's drama, but not like that, man. Not like that, dude. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Diz? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. But it's just I don't know about you, dude. I just wish that you would see the light of reason, dude, and realize what you're doing before it's too late. You still have time to change, dude. You still have time to turn all this around and to be a better person as a result of it. Be grateful that you have the life that you have. Because most people don't. Most people don't have the life that you have. Most people wish they had the life that you have. And don't give me this crap that you're a celebrity and all that, because you're not. You're not a celebrity, dude. A real celebrity pays for his or her own things without relying on anybody for anything. If you were such a celebrity, then how come you're e-begging on everything every single time? How come you're e-scanning? Like, for instance, I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, when there was all these hurricane victims, right? All these people that were involved in a hurricane. You decided to make up a hustle saying that you were a hurricane victim and yada, 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 yada. Oops. And yada, 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 yada. And you were trying to get, scam money off of that. And it's like, why, dude? Why'd you have to do that? Why did you have to purposely lie saying that you were a hurricane victim when you weren't? Same with all those, with the fires in California and everywhere else. Oh, you were claiming that you were a fire victim. Yeah. And you were claiming that you were a fire victim and that you need money for that. And it's like, oh my God, dude. First of all, the first scam didn't work. And now you're coming up with another scam. And it's like, dude, why can't you just be yourself, dude? Just be who you are, who you really are, dude. You're not a YouTube celebrity, and I know for a fact that you're not a true piece of shit. You just act like one online. Because I've known you ever since you first started on YouTube. I've known you for a long time, man. And we've had some good times. We had some good times there, Dave. We did. But it's just that the monster that you've turned into is something that I can't even recognize anymore, because you're not the Dave 25 that I used to know, man. You've turned into something that is completely unrecognizable, dude. For real. And I feel sorry for you, man. Because all you do is basically live to look for negative attention. That's all you do. Ewy spewy. But like I said, man, You know, you could have been a great YouTuber, dude. For real, you could have. But now you're just attracting people that basically want to see a train wreck. That's all. They don't want to see you. They want to see a train wreck. They want to see drama. They want to see bullshit. And so you go up manufacturing drama, manufacturing shit, and the more sick and demented it is, the more you think people are actually going to believe you. Well, here's the thing there, Dave. You could only cry wolf for so many times, and then people just give up. Then people just stop. Then people just basically get sick of your shit, and they don't want to watch no more. They don't want to tune in no more. Because they've heard all the stories, they've heard all the manufactured drama, they've heard all the shit, and they're just tired of hearing it. They don't want to hear it no more. They don't want to listen to it no more. What if one day, Dave, what if they just decide, you know what? I'm just going to unsubscribe and leave. What if that happens? Then what are you going to do? What are you going to do when people just stop listening to you? When they stop paying attention to you? What? Look for more manufactured drama? Look for more bullshit? Or are you going to finally come to the realization that, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to grow up and actually be a man for once and take care of my responsibilities, which first and foremost, taking care of myself. You know, if you need mental help, there is mental help out there. There is. And I'm sure it's pretty prominent in the area that you're at. I mean, I don't know, but it probably is. So there is mental health out there for you. You know? Oh, my afternoon's going pretty good. So far, so good. But you know, Dave, like I said, if you need, if you need mental help, like I said, there's plenty of hotlines, there's plenty of things out there that can help you. And if you need a job, there's plenty of, you could even look at it in the paper, Dave. There's plenty of centers, there's plenty of places where you can actually go to, they will help you in job placement. You know, if that's what you need. You know, you tell them what job you're looking for. You could even do it online, Dave. I know you're fucking good with computers and stuff. You could even go online and do it. You can go online and go to www.careerbuilders.com, and you can look up and just type, what jobs you're looking for. Move. You type what jobs you're looking for, and they'll give you a whole entire listing of jobs that you can apply to. What the hell? Yeah, I know. It does that a lot, sis. Oh, you guys just woke up? Oh. But like I said, Dave, there's plenty of job help and there's plenty of mental help out there for you. And I'm not saying this, I'm not saying this to be shitty to you, Dave. I'm just trying to help, from one person to another. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to actually give you good advice here. And you never can tell if you are going to court. Maybe that might, help you to put a feather in your cap. I don't know. It might not. I don't know. But either way, it might help out. I mean, I don't know. I really don't, man. I don't know a freaking thing. But all I know is that there are things there are sources and things available that can help you out with your current situation. And if you're saying, okay, yeah, okay, if you're saying that you're disabled, that you've got something wrong with you, right? Okay, here's what you do. You go to a legitimate doctor, okay? You have him examine you, then he could determine whether or not that you are truly disabled or not. Because that way you are medically cleared if you are disabled or not. If you are disabled, he'll tell you. If not, well, then you might want to do what I told you, in the first place. So, but anyway, enough of that. I'm just trying to be helpful, trying to be nice. Move, Rory. Just trying to be nice. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on to the next subject. All right, Nelson Green. Dude. Here's my theory about you. Nelson, if you're going to go, then fucking go. If you're going to stay, then fucking stay. Don't just sit there and go stay. If you're going to be gone, then be gone. If you're going to be done with something, then be done with it completely. Don't just sit there and one day say, oh, I'm going to be done with this. And then the next thing you know, you change your mind and say, no, I'm not going to be done with this. It's very confusing, especially for people like me, to keep up with your story if you constantly change the narrative on it. If you're going to tell a story, Nelson, at least stick with it. At least stay with the original story and don't change up on it. I mean, Jesus Christ, you got to make it somewhat believable. I mean, we all know that you'll never quit YouTube, that you'll never stop being on YouTube, because you're hardcore addicted to it, dude. You couldn't stop even if your life depended on it. You wouldn't be able to. And Nelson, here's another thing. If you're going to do something to somebody, or if something is going to happen to somebody, and that goes to anybody, the worst thing you could do is announce it on YouTube what the hell you're doing. your enemy or enemies know what your next move is going to be. Because if you do that, then they're going to anticipate it and they're going to fuck you up. They're going to mess up your plan. So the best way to do that is that if you're going to do something, don't announce it on the fucking live stream. Because that is what you're going to be looking for. Okay? That's the advice that I can give you. Like I said, dude, you gotta learn to be more decisive on your decision making. You really do, because, you know, this is why people don't trust you. This is why people think differently of you. This is why people, you know, don't want to be your friend. And all this, because they're scared to death you're going to turn on them. They're scared to death that you're going to flip on them. And so therefore, that's why they stay the fuck away from you. Because they're afraid that you're going to flip-flop on them. They're afraid that you're going to change on them. They're afraid that you're going to basically say, oh, you're my friend, and then turn around and stab them in the back. You know, all I'm saying is, Nelson, you gotta make up your mind what you really want to do and focus on it and do it. That's all. Make up your mind. Oh, sorry guys. You know, make up your mind on what you really want to do and do it. You know, that's all I have to say is make up your mind on what you really want to do and do it. Just do it. Just do it, you know? But be decisive on what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Hang on. Just 1 second. Okay, let me kind of reiterate what I said earlier. I don't know how much you guys... Yeah, all right, Nelson's dancing. Let's talk about that. Now, Nelson's dancing, yeah, that's funny, that's hilarious, that makes people laugh. That's good content. Like it or not, that's good content, guys. Because why? Because it entertains people and makes them laugh. It makes them go, ha, 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 ha. And that is good. That's a good thing. You know, if he would keep up things just like that, that's the Nelly that we all know. That's the Nelson that we all know. That's the Nelson that we all like. We don't like the drama-filled piece of shit one. We like the one where he's funny, he's entertaining, and, you know, that's the reason why I like watching him. Because you never know what the hell he's going to do. He always does something funny. He always does something entertaining. He always does something to make us laugh. That's how he is. And Nelson, I want you to do me a favor, bud. I really want you to do me a favor. Never lose that sense of humor. Never lose that sense of funniness, dude. I want you to keep up and expand on that. Because you never know, you might turn out to be a really good stand-up comedian if you keep up with that. Because you have the ability to do funny shit when you want to. When you want to. You know, you have the ability to just do crazy shit, but it's funny at the same time, and it keeps the crowd entertained. You know, like I said, Nelson, you know, I find you very entertaining. I find you funny as fuck. That's why I watch you all the time. Because I'm wondering, what is Nelson going to say next? What is Nelson going to do next? But when you turn into a piece of shit like these other people, that's when, you know, that's when I just want to just turn it off. And just say, you know what, he's not worth watching. And that's because of that, you know? Say you're going to do something, when you say you're done with something or someone, stand behind. Yeah, I haven't got that yet.
No vas a jalar la mesa.
Why not?
Yo lo voy a hacer. ¿No has visto cómo yo lo hago, pendejo? Pues vale, ahorita chingada tú.
Yeah. But you know, like I said, Nelson, be decisive, dude. You know, when you say you're going to do something, do it. When you say you're not going to be around somebody, then don't be around them. When you say you're finished with a specific subject, then be done with it. You know, stand true and stand behind what you say and do on here. Because that carries weight, dude. It really does. That carries a lot of weight when you stand behind what you say. See, with me, you know, you guys, all of you guys know me. I'm extremely transparent on every single thing I say and do on here. Transparent as fuck. You couldn't get another transparent person like me. Because I put it all out there. I don't care. You know, I'll even fucking, if I have to take a shit, I'll even tell you what color it was. Yeah, I shit today. It was a little hard, but it came out okay. Took a little pushing, but it was brown when it came out. There you go. A little hard, but it was brown. See? Like I said, I hold no shame in my game. Yeah. But still, dude, you know, it's, you know, the point of the matter is that I'm extremely transparent with every single thing that I do. And when I truly say that I'm done with somebody, that I'm through with them, that I'm done and through with them, and I leave them be. It's true. When I truly say that, you'll know about it. And when I'm done, I'm done. You know, when I said I was done with drama, look at the other channel, dude. Not 1 ounce of drama on that channel at all. Not once, not 1 ounce. And this is not drama. This is just me speaking my mind and speaking, you know, basically speaking how I feel. You know, it's not bad. But you know, like I said, Nelson, keep being you, bro, and keep being hilarious because you're good at it. You're really good at it. I don't like it when you talk shit and act like a dickhead because that ain't you, man. That never has been you. You know, you hanging around these fucking pathetic fucking losers and all that. Oh, it's all right. No problem, Diz. You know, you hanging around these pathetic fucking losers is the reason why your channel never grows, is the reason why your channel never goes anywhere. Because you hang around all these people that are bringing you down, dude. That all they care about is themselves. They don't care about you. They don't give a fuck about you. Hey, I was just talking about shit. Talking shit. But, you know, Nelson, like I said, and Dave too, I'm not saying this to hurt you guys. Please understand. It's nothing against. I don't want to hurt you guys. I don't want to make fun of you guys. I do not want to make you guys feel bad. I'm saying this to encourage you guys to be better people than you are, dude. Because I want to see you guys succeed. I don't want to see you guys fail. I want to see you succeed. I want to be proud of you when I watch you. I want to watch you and actually say, you know what? I'm proud of them for doing that. You know, because you kids are young. You guys are young, dude. Younger than I am. You guys still have a chance to turn this around. To be better than, please, be better than me. Please. Do better than me. Be the best version of you that you could be, dude. Please. I'm begging you. Because time's running out and life is too goddamn short to be an asshole. Because life is just a blink, dude, and pretty soon it's going to be over, and then what? What do you got to look back on? What do you got to leave behind? What, just a bunch of negativity and regret? No, do things that are going to make a difference. That people are going to look back on and fucking enjoy. Instead of looking back on it and hating you all, they could look back and say, you know what? He wasn't such a bad dude after all. He turned himself around. You know, there's room for change in this world, guys. And we could do it. One step at a time. One person at a time. One heart at a time, guys. For real. I'm saying this because I care. I actually give a shit. I don't say this to be mean. I say this out of love, because I care. I'm like the only one that actually gives a fuck. When everybody else is telling me to just, don't worry about him, let him go, let him go, let him go. No. Because I believe that they have potential that people don't see. Because they were good people once. They just need to find that good person once again. And use it for a good, positive purpose. Instead of negative. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it on that note. And I love everybody. Thank you to my sister for coming in here. Thank you for Diz for coming in here. And thank you to the lurkers for showing up. I appreciate this, man. More than you'll ever know.
You guys take care. I love you guys. Peace. And thank you for watching. All right. Later, guys.